What happens when an energetic 9-year-old boy meets with an academically driven primary school system? Would it be a harmonious relationship or an uncomfortable struggle? Chad. That name brings so many thoughts about the education system to my mind. Who was Chad? Well, this experience happened to me in my very first year as a teacher at the tender age of just 20. I was untrained, but was fortunate enough to be hired by a small private primary school. I really loved teaching in that school. Small classes, a friendly staff, and a soft-spoken and personable principal. However, this school, like many other private schools, had a reputation of academic success to protect, and this definitely played into the story of Chad. So, getting back to my initial question, who was Chad? He was one of my 15 9-year-old students that I taught math and science to. It was a bubbly, happy and vibrant bunch, and Chad was the most vibrant of the lot. He was an exuberant child who told so many jokes and had such a quick wit that even adults couldn't help but be swept into his stories and just laugh. He was also a boy's boy. If there was a football, he was front and centre. Yet, what was intriguing about Chad was that he was just as happy sitting quietly with a pencil in his hand, making artistic creations, while all his friends were downstairs running wild. Once I remember entering the classroom during recess, only to see Chad sitting across from my desk, drawing the flower that had been given to me by another student that morning. He was focused. He was quiet. His mind and hand were totally engaged. He almost didn't hear me enter the room. His art piece was so beautifully drawn that I wondered if I could have done it any better. And I would like to think that I'm quite good at arts, having done it as my elective in Teachers College. On another occasion, during a class party, Chad took it upon himself to create and perform a one-man skit using a box that he transformed from the corner of the room into a car. The performance was so hilarious that all who viewed it rolled with laughter. It was a hit. Chad, a child of great talent. Unfortunately, his talents did not quite fit into the academic structure of the school. It was difficult for me, an untrained teacher, to keep his interest in the rules of math. Looking back, I wish that I knew then what I know now about effective teaching skills. Nonetheless, I wasn't the only teacher who struggled to have him settle down in class. This was clearly a bright boy, but the academics were just not coming together. As far as everyone was concerned, he just had to settle down and behave himself. It seemed that every week his mother would be called in by the principal to discuss how to deal with the problem that was Chad. I felt that I could get him to enjoy his learning if only I was given the time. But I was not his only teacher, and let's face it, time is not the forte of the school system. Well, after being called into the school one too many times, Chad's mother had reached her wit's end. Not with her son Chad, but with the school. I am paying you to educate my son. It is up to you to find a way to reach him with the schoolwork. Not long after that, there was an empty seat where Chad used to be. His mother had been politely asked to send him to another school. You understand. That would be better suited for him, of course. I never did see Chad again. I missed his exuberant smile and his eager eyes. I missed the joy that he brought to his fellow classmates. I missed his artwork and his creative spirit. I missed my student. He would never know the impact that he had on me. I often think about where he went. What became of him? Who was Chad? One of the most talented students I had ever taught. That was Chad. If you liked what you just heard, please give us a thumbs up below. Share with others, and remember to subscribe so you'll never miss out on more information from the Hopalong and Grow podcast.